What up and welcome to Ringiverse Roundtable. I am Van Lathan Jr. That is Steve Ahlman. That is Jomi, the Explainer, Adeniran. We are 3/4 of the Midnight Boys. Pew pew. We don't have Charles, which is great.
What?
Love
to see it. Love to not see it.
Well, look, here's the thing. We love Charles. Charles is like a brother to me. He literally is. But it's not the worst thing in the world to take a break.
Wow.
From Charles, and I'll say it to his face. You take a lot of energy.
I love you, Charles.
We love you. We love you, Charles. It's a joke. We are here to talk about a brand new trailer on the DC neighborhood block, and that is the Blue Beetle trailer. It dropped. I watched it, and I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised from what I saw on the trailer, because when the pictures were coming out from set and I was looking at them, I was like, Blue Beetle is gonna be some bullshit. Not the case. Steve, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was getting a bit of Big Bad Beetleborgs vibes from this.
Oh, wow.
Some Power Rangers. It's a tough suit to sell in live action. I think that was the number one concern, but I think the things that won me over were one of two things. It was both the family fun atmosphere, kind of like the first Shazam that we got. I think that this is definitely something that we can get a lot of like fun, campy action scenes from. I think the best thing that we get from this is a sense of like youthful exuberance that like kind of is missing from a lot of superhero movies nowadays. Like we don't get that often, and if it's going to be a lot of family fun, I think that could be something that's sellable to me. What about you, Jomi?
Oh man, I locked in. What I really enjoyed about this trailer was the silliness of it all. You know, he gets the Beetle in what is it, like a burger box. You know what I mean?
Double quarter pounder with cheese.
George Lopez is there at the end, learning like Batman is a fascist, like just completely unserious. And I'm at the point where I don't need my superhero movies to tell me something about the world. I don't need them to be all these huge stories about grandiose things. I just want to have some fun, and I feel like this movie's going to be fun. So I was really excited to see this trailer just be loads of silliness and, laughs, it feels like.
The lead here in the story is a familiar face for us. You guys watch Cobra Kai?
No.
Oh, yes.
I'm not locked in.
You've never seen Cobra Kai?
No.
Hold on for a second. Let's address this.
Welcome to the latest Cobra Kai roundtable.
No, it's not about that. I won't be shamed out of this thread. You mean to tell me that Jomi is watching Emily in Paris?
Locked in on Emily in Paris.
Jomi is watching Love Island?
Love Island. Well, that's that's real cinema right there.
Jomi, you're watching all of these things and you have never seen Cobra Kai. How is it that you missed Cobra Kai?
I didn't miss. So what happened was, it was on YouTube Red, right, to start.
Yeah,
that's when it lost me. That's where it was like, I'm not paying.
And the Netflix clout doesn't carry over.
But by then, there's like on season 4, and I'm like, I'm not gotta watch 4 seasons of TV,
shame.
man. I got things to do. I got places to be. You know what I'm saying? I got people to text. You know what I mean? So
enough out of you.
Things going.
Very familiar face is the lead here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't pronounce his name. How do you
Zolo?
Zolo. It's Zolo.
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 That's a crazy ass name.
It's just an X with the Olo.
Yeah.
Nah, when I say a crazy ass name, I mean that name is hard as fuck.
No, that's cool.
It's like a great
cool
name.
As hell.
Hell yeah, man. It's like, think about being the kid named Zolo in class. Anyway, we've seen him. I like, and people are gonna hate, because I know that they will, because they're pieces of shit. I like seeing different cultures represented on screen. It makes me smile to see our Hispanic, Latino brothers and sisters like get a hero and a family, something that we know carries over from the characters' comic book history, and get to see them on screen. It's amazing.
That's great.
And because they're, as much as we're the same, there are cultural differences that are important to see on screen. We laugh different. We love different. Sometimes we cry different. It's all the same, but it is different. It is unique. Not different, I'll say unique. So seeing that on screen and seeing it represented and see that family go wacky, it was fun for me.
Yeah,
it was fun to see a new hero,
and it's fun because like it's a choice, right? The original Blue Beetle is Ted Cord, a white dude, right? And so, but they made the deliberate choice to go with Jaime Reyes, somebody of a different cultural background, and of course, like you said in the trailer, like they just screams like it's a bunch of family fun. And so I'm very interested to see George Lopez. Like I love me some George Lopez, man. You know, waking up at 3 a.m., Nick at night, and he ain't seen him go up on the trampoline. Like that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real life. So I'm really excited to see like how this movie incorporates that culture and how it goes. I'm really excited to see that.
Steve,
I didn't really like the Lil Uzi Vert remix.
That
was about it.
I saw. So you came in. You're like, I'm gonna tap in on this trailer. Let's do this. And that was the first thing you said was like, I hate this remix.
I just want to rock. You don't like it when they I very rarely like it when they take a song
and then trailerify it by making.
They've been doing, like, I don't know who started it, but like for the last like few years, ever since we've been going back to movies, it's been a steady diet.
It's been that or the sad versions of rock songs that happen. Like they like make a kids choir sing "Creep" by Radiohead. Like there's a million different ones that this has happened to.
I mean, the only one I think we really rocked with was Us when he took the "I Got 5" on it. And then put
that was great.
That was hard, right? That was hard.
Or Wakanda Forever, the No Woman No Cry, the Tim's version.
Yeah, that was good.
That was hard. Let's talk about something here. This movie is releasing August 18th, 2023. We can't talk about the trailer and how great the trailer was. First of all, the suit looked amazing.
I liked it, yeah.
The comedy seems like it's going to be there. It looks like some of the origin films that we've seen kind of before. It's watching with Kalika. She says, hey, kind of like an Ant-Man type of situation. It seems as if it was the same tone, not comparing the two characters, just saying there's a feel there. Let's talk about what the Blue Beetle movie means and in the larger scope of DC. We know that DC has have movies that they've straight up shelved.
Yeah.
We know that they have movies that people were thinking they might shelve, but they can't shelve. Because,
you can say The Flash, man.
The Flash. But we know that we're getting Flash, we're getting Blue Beetle, we're getting Aquaman. What are the stakes of this movie? The Flash, by all intents and purposes, is what people are saying a genre-defining film.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen.
Every single you ask every single person in Hollywood who has either seen the movie or has knowledge of the film, and every single person will tell you it's spectacular.
Did this trailer do anything to justify the fact that this movie is coming out in spite of all the shakeups at DC?
I kind of want to take I want to take that and I want to say that I want to apply it to what pretty much the last of the Shazam movies came from.
Okay.
To know that those movies came out in spite of all those shakeups, and to know that we're probably not going to be getting movies like that again. It's kind of weird to say what might the future of Blue Beetle be before we even get the first Blue Beetle film. To know that the James Gunn version of the DC universe is coming. What is that going to look like post all of these things? Post The Flash, post Blue Beetle, post these Shazam movies. I said this about Shazam, and I'm going to say this about Blue Beetle. I don't know if we're going to see that type of family fun or that kind of, sort of jovial time that we get out of the movies when the James Gunn DCU comes. There's a lot to be gained from the Shazams of the world. Even though you can say about that movie what you will, there's a lot of qualities that I liked about that. I hope that we get the things that are good about Blue Beetle and they come over to James Gunn's side of the fence. Because, with one sort of, swoop, we know what we're getting to a degree with James Gunn's Superman. I would love to see these types of things get plucked and the good and all of the interesting parts of, what a Batgirl could have been or what the Shazam could have been and brings it over to this because there's a lot of good to come from that.
Jomi, what do you think has to happen in this Blue Beetle movie? What has to happen with this movie, should I say, for this character to have a future in DC live action?
Woo, it's got to make some bank. That's number one. It's got to make bank. Like, it could be good to, like, if it's great, obviously, but doesn't make the type of money, I think we can still have a conversation. But if it's fine and it makes $500 million, like, great, come on down. Blue Beetle 2, you're coming to HBO Max. No, but I think it's honestly just got to make some bank. Like, we talked about, Shazam on our podcast, Steve, Mid Edition. Mm-hmm. And the problem was it just did not, bring in the cash. People didn't hate it, but at the end of the day,
that movie was stupid as hell.
That's fair, but it sucks that we can't unless a movie makes buku money, it's completely devoid of any value for us.
Aquaman made $1 billion, and they said sign us up, lock us in, let's go.
Aquaman,
let's rock it. Come on.
You don't like Aquaman? Well, look, we're not gonna get into a whole thing. Shazam: Fury of the Gods, the first Shazam, fun to watch.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Shazam: Fury of the Gods. It's annoying to watch.
It's not there. It's not there.
Adults act like kids for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It's fair. But yeah, I found things about that movie to be redeeming. I liked the creature designs. I like some of the little bits of fight scenes that we got. Yeah. I like a bit of that humor.
And it ain't no motherfucking creature designs. This man, what's going on? Like, Steve about to come across his table.
I like those unicorns. I like that monster, the Cyclops monster.
Ain't nobody go there to got no motherfucking unicorn. Fuck that shit.
Well, we can cherry pick all the good things that come out of it and bring it over. Like, if you could admire
Skittles.
Little things.
Bring the Skittles.
No, we're not.
Product placement. That's what we need. We need more product placement. The movie was a miss, and that's okay. Okay, but Steve is entitled to his opinion. This is what I'll say. If this movie is more like Shazam: Fury of the Gods than it is like Shazam, they have a gigantic problem.
Well, I don't think they have a problem because at the end of the day, you can just be like, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's irrelevant actually because if it bombs, well, James Gunn's coming. If it does great,
last question.
Guess what? Yeah.
Do you think that Blue Beetle, as a huge success, would be actually more of a problem than if the movie bombed?
That's the interesting thing because if it does great, let's just say it blows it out of the water. You as James Gunn could be like, well, maybe we bring him back and maybe we put him in a thing. It's kind of your decision to make, but it could also be problematic because it could mess with your overall vision. It's a bit of a catch-22.
He wants to cut bait with everything that was the Snyderverse was. You know he wants.
Yeah, sure. I do. Got a solution. Yeah. Blue Beetle success, right? Everybody loves it, but he's like, where does it fit? Where do you put it? James Gunn, look at me, I got you. Live action Young Justice. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We brought Young Justice back.
And with that,
that's the end of the Ringerverse Roundtable. That is Steve Ahlman, Jomi, the Explainer, the Panderer, the Shill, Adeniran. I am Van Lathan. We talked about Blue Beetle. Listen, this is what you can do. Blue Beetle is coming out in August, and if we're still podcasting at that point, we'll cover it on the Ringerverse. But tell us what you thought about the trailer. Tell us what you thought about not only the trailer, but the state of DC, James Gunn, the firing of Henry Cavill, terrible. I just want you to go off. Go off. Anywhere you just go off. On social media, Twitter, Facebook, Jomi, where else? TikTok?
Yes, sir.
Everywhere about what you think about the Blue Beetle trailer. And make sure you listen to the Midnight Boys and the House of R Wednesdays and Fridays. Peace.